Hello everybody and welcome to MRC. Today we are watching the Tier 3 race for the why the San Marino Grand Prix? Las Vegas Grand Prix, of course. Night race, one of the final 3 races this season around. And tonight I've got the Bitmeister with me, so I don't know what biscuits he's got with him. I don't think he's got biscuits, I think it's something different he's got because he's kind of getting festive at the moment. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. I ain't got anything with me, to be honest.
Really?
So you've missed that one by a country mile.
I mean, that was something nobody could foresee. That nobody could think that you'd have nothing with you. I mean, don't you even have a cuppa or something with you?
Oh, I finished that before the streams. We went live, so.
Lovely. All right, so. Everybody, this is an 18-minute qualifying session. We are going to be seeing probably 4 lap times from each person. There is enough time to go around the track and probably go for 2 runs at a time. And then we've got a 25-lap race around this pretty crazy track, I would say. Connor, I think, is the first one who will set a lap time. He isn't really using his ERS, but he is now. Let's go on board with him as this is the most technical part of the track. You want to break around the 100-meter board here. Try and get as close to the curb as possible. And yeah, not have a moment on the exit here. It's such a hard place to pick a braking point. It's very much with the feeling that you choose your braking points here. So he's gone out of the technical section without any scars, I think. Sabi has retired from the session. It's his first race, I believe, with us. So yeah, it's not been going to plan.
Turn 5.
Hive Eclipse. I got it wrong. He set the first time here.
Yeah,
so
32.6 in the house.
Exactly. So he's getting a bit of a tow from Bergen. Okay, yeah, this is a very slippery part of the track as well. So what can he do on his set of mediums? He's got just about enough ERS to get to the end of the lap. It's a 34.9, so yeah, we saw that he lost a bit of time in the entry to that technical section. He will be improving, that's for sure. So Night Shadow's got a 34.1. That's a massive gap that Hive Eclipse has got for the moment.
Yes, and I think Night Shadows was on the softs as well. Yeah, so Night Shadow set his time on the softs, and it's, as you say, it's a significant gap between and Mohammed 34.5 putting in, but Flattery 32.2. New provisional pole.
Jackster will be the next one. Our race winner from the last race. He only goes P2 for now, but it's so close to P1. It's less than a tenth away, just over half a tenth away. So he's definitely still in the running for pole tonight. We still don't have anybody on laps currently. I think Wookie will be the one. No, he's the last one to have left the pits. But Smith is on an out lap. He's about to start his, so we can follow him. Again, brake around the curbs on the exit. Be very, very light on the throttle around turns 2 and 3 as well. You think you can take 3 flat out, but it's so long and yeah, you've got no downforce, so it's so hard to keep your car pointing the right way round. As Smith has a bit of a moment there on the exit of the right-hander. He's taken a good line here through the long left-hander. Takes the curve very nicely. Keeps it steady. This is very, very clean in the middle sector here. Okay, so in this part you wanted to use a bit of your battery again to try and gain some acceleration as you go through a right-hander, left-hander before you go into a bit of a blind section here. You don't really know again where to brake, and he lost it at the exit of turn 12. I think Scottish Ninja is the next one to start lap, but he's on medium tyres. We'll keep an eye on Wookie as well, who's a few corners behind, and who will be setting a lap time. So, Scottish Ninja into turn 3 has a good line. You want to stay on the inside of that corner for as long as you can, and then attack the exit. So, yep, clean. He could have got a bit closer to the wall, but it's always very dangerous. As Gav has retired from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn 12 is so tricky because, as we said, it's pretty much a blind braking spot. You need to, again, it's pretty much with your feeling that you brake here. And there's a bit of a wall on the exit. We're going to go on board with Scottish Ninja so you can see what we're talking about. It's that wall on the exit here. I suspect that's what Gav touched on the exit. And yeah, it's very easily done because you need to be very close to that wall to be as quick as possible to open the corner up. Scottish Ninja come into the end of the strip here. Again, it's the left-hander. It's the balance of the car is going everywhere at this point, but thankfully enough, it's qualifying. Fresh set of soft tyres. He will be getting through these corners okay. It's going to be a 33.2. Okay, that puts him P5 for now, ahead of Gav and Mohamed Mando. What about Wookie? He had a really good race last time around, apart from penalties. I can't remember where that puts him at the end, but he basically was the quickest guy on the track last time around, so he'll be wanting to make
31.9.
Everybody know that he's quick. So he's quick around Sao Paulo, he's quick around Las Vegas as well. It's looking good for him at the moment. Smith
it's alright having one lap pace, as we know, but one thing when it comes to racing is consistency is key, because you can have very, very good one lap pace, but if you can't keep that pace up lap after lap after lap,
that's where you score the points.
Yeah,
that's very true. But he does have the race pace as well. It's just about keeping it within the white lines. Which
if you're not in
which isn't really
here,
easy
you're in the wall,
Sao Paulo.
So...
Yeah, that's very true as well. So Connor coming to the end of the first sector. He's already set a time, so we'll have a reference as to how much he's improving. It's about an 8/10 improvement for now. As we said earlier on, 34.9. We're expecting more from him. He's currently 3 seconds off the pole time, so there's no way he's 3 seconds slower than Wookie. And it's a short track as well in terms of corners. How many real corners do we have on this track? 1, 2,
well, according
3,
to the F1 stuff.
Yeah, there was 17 or
total
something.
of 17. Yeah.
But I mean, like, actual braking zones and all of that. It's pretty much like Monza. Plenty of straight lines, a few corners to make your way around it. Still looking good for Connor here.
Got knackered Champ just in the middle sector as well on his first flying lap, so I'm just keeping an eye on him for you.
Thank you very much. We'll go straight to him at the end of this lap, so it's an 8/10 improvement for Connor. P8 for the moment, so that was on the soft tyres. Sorry, I missed that. So it's soft tyres, he will be good for...
Knackered Champ got very close to the wall on the exit of 12. As you were saying earlier, you got to get very close to the wall on the exit, and he left no margin for error there. He kept it as close as possible, almost hit it.
Yeah, you need to go close to that wall, because that means that your steering wheel is trying to be as straight as possible, so you scrub very little pace off. So Flaherty is 2/10 up in the first sector. What can Naked Champ do at the end of his lap? P4. Again, I was expecting a bit more from him because we know that
He
on
did
his day he's the
slightly run
quickest guy
out
in
of
this league.
deployment towards the end. It was like just a
Oh,
few
okay.
yards from the finishing line. He ran out of deployment. So if he manages the deployment a little bit better, we should see it come down a little bit more. But as we know as well, track it will improve over time as well because the grip, the putting down times will come down as well.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
it's about being the last one over the line at the end of the session.
Yeah, that can help as well, yeah. Flatty's lost a bit of time in the middle sector. Got very close to the wall on the exit of that final corner. As he he's going into the pits because his delta must have been massive once he got through that corner. He was nearly 2/10 up in the middle sector and in the first sector and lost it all in the middle sector. Jackster's going to start his lap.
He's got Mohammed just ahead of him.
Okay.
Oh, he's going in. There was quite a bit of traffic heading down towards turn 14 because you had a Haas and the Sauber ahead of Jackster. So
yeah. Well, everybody's going to the pits right now, and some of them have already left it to start their final runs. We've got Scottish Ninja leading the way at the pit exit. He's P7 currently. We know he's very good on one-lap pace, so we're expecting him to be fighting at least for the top 4 positions here. Well, I would. I don't know about you. I would expect him to be somewhere at the front for this particular fight. Middle sector for him at the moment, and he's got I think it's Connor behind him. No, it's Smith. Sorry, no, Connor is in a Mercedes, of course.
Yeah, Smith's the Ferrari that's behind Scottish Ninja, so
yeah,
he'll be following him through to start flying lap as well.
I missed it, but Mohamed Mando's on a lap. I thought he was going in, so I'll just follow him for the moment. I don't know how much he's been improving by. We'll soon find out. Oh, he's very cautious there into the final section there.
Scottish
can you do
Ninja's
then?
3/10
It's a half a second improvement.
So
Yep, Scottish Ninja, yeah, as you said, 3.5 up. What about Smith? He's 2/10 up as well, so Scottish Ninja finding a lot more time than Smith, even though his time is better. So currently that would put him still P7, but there is another 2/3 of a lap to go, including that very technical middle sector. So still a lot of time for Scottish Ninja to find and fight for these top 4 or 5 positions. He had a bit of a toe there as well from Baby Hornet, I think it was.
Baby Hornet was already over to the side. He didn't give the
you still
Scottish
get a
Ninja
little,
any sort.
You still get a little bit. It's very, very minor, but you still get some. And in these high-speed sections, it does make a little bit of a difference. Right, what can you do
he's
on the
ran
line?
out of
It's looking
deployment
good.
before turn 17.
Still looking good. P6, so it is a half-second improvement, just ahead of Triz, who himself is on a lap. But Smith is about to finish his. He's half a second up, so it's looking good as well. He gets close to Triz, but not close enough. It's a 33.2. And Triz goes through the first sector, but doesn't find any time. I wouldn't be surprised if he gave up on this lap and went to gain at the end of it. Recharge and reform, but Wookie's just started his lap. We're going to keep an eye on him as well. Is anybody else on the lap? I don't think so. So we're going to be
rest
looking
of
at
that top 4 contingent are on out laps, and the next one to be over the line, or judging by the track map, will probably be
Triz.
I think it's Connor, but
He's starting a lap.
Yeah. So
what did Wookie do in the
he's a
first
bit further
sector? I missed it.
behind.
I missed what Wookie did in the first sector. But it doesn't matter. As we said, Trez is 3/10 up, so that could bring him up to P4, but potentially P3 as well if he keeps it clean. It's looking okay on the exit. He's still got a little bit of deployment left, but yeah, he's hit the 0%. It does go P3 for him. What does Wookie do in the middle sector? He's half a second down. So right now he's still pushing to go and improve, but he's too far away from his own time. I'm surprised he's still going for it instead of saving energy to go for another lap. Oh, he doesn't have any fuel left. That's why. So what can Wookie do? Because he's going to be very vulnerable to Flaherty as he goes back into the pits. Flaherty's 2/10 up in the middle sector, so... No, 3/10 up in the middle sector. Sorry, that was in the first sector. So he's gone purple in the middle sector as well, showing how much time he's finding. This currently is enough for pole position. Triz, Jackster's in the middle, in the first sector. Exit in the right-hand corner. Perfect that was on the exit, but he doesn't find any time. Flaherty goes through the final section here. Goes close to the wall on the exit. Very good. Maximising the exit. Maximising the speed, but he's lost. He doesn't have any deployment left. Keeps it nice and tight, and he goes quicker, so that's taken pole away from Wookie. Naked Champ is coming to the end of his lap. He's found 2/10. That could take him to P4. It does. What about Jackster? He's still down on his time.
I can't see anyone taking pole off of Flaherty.
It's looking very unlikely at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, solid
unless
time right
Hive
at
Eclipse
the
can.
end. I think he's about the only one that probably could, although he's only up by a little bit, not a lot.
Is it going to be another Jackster's on fire moment? It is not. He has found 2/10. Purple in the middle sector, in the final sector. 32.0. He'll be happy with that. He's not far away from the other guys.
Hive
it's a 3/10 improvement.
Up in the middle sector.
Yep, plenty of distance to go. I think Connor's way down this time. Unless that's the game playing tricks on me. Okay, final section for Hive Eclipse. He doesn't hit the curb, but he keeps it clean again. Good exit. He doesn't use overtake. He's keeping it in a hot lap, trying to keep the energy flowing. It's P4 for him. That's a good improvement.
Yeah.
What can Connor do? Oh, he cut that corner at the end. Oh yeah, he didn't. He wasn't on time anyway. So that's our qualifying done. Flaherty stole it in the dying moments of this qualifying session from Wookie. I don't know what happened to Wookie in the middle sector or first sector, but he must have had a moment somewhere because he was way down on his own time. Unfortunately, didn't have any fuel to go for another lap and had to abdicate and let Flaherty get pole. So it's pole for Flaherty, sorry. Wookie and Jackster P3, Hive Eclipse, Triz, Naked Champ, Scottish Ninja, Connor, Smith, Mohammed Mando, Night Shadow, Sabi, Airways, Bergen, Armat, Baby Hornet, Laupi, and Saviour to round off the reserve drivers for this race. So that was our 80-minute qualifying session. We are going to get to the grid right now and have a 5-minute break. Okay, and I will display the grid on screen so you can remember what we're going to be looking at the start of the race. Mr. Bitticus, this is your time to shine. Can you tell me what you've been thinking of this qualifying session? If anybody's kind of surprised you, and who should we keep an eye on for the race?
Let's have a look. I'll have a look myself. Well, it's the usual suspects in the top 6 with Flaherty, Wookie, Jackster, Hive Eclipse, Triz, and Knackered Champ and Ninja up there, the usual suspects. I think Smith is a little bit out of position. I know Night Shadow can be good on his day, so he's one to probably come through the pack from 11th. But it's hard to look past that top group that have been pretty much fighting throughout the season. Flaherty and Wookiee, Jackster, Hive, Triz, have all, and Knackered Champ as well. It's always been that little cluster throughout the season. Although we haven't, he's not racing tonight, but Avinash is usually in that bubble as well, but he's not racing, so which is going to be a bit of a big blow for him, with being second in the Drivers' Championship. The championship leader, Flaherty, as our pole sitter. He's got 11-point lead in the championship over Avinash. Jackster, with his 25 points from Brazil, has moved up to third. He's now on 99 points. He's only a point off triple figures, 6 points off Avinash. And Knackered Champ will want to try and finish as high up as possible. He's 17 points off the top. Wookiee, 34 points off the top, sorry. He's 17 off of Jackster. Wookiee's 38 points, so he needs a solid result, and with being on the front row as well, he's got the opportunity to. Obviously, Jackster third will want to keep that hype train going after getting the win after stewarding in Brazil. He'll be wanting to emulate George Russell the best he can, and I know he'll want to do his very best to do so, because we all know how much Jackster likes George Russell. It's no secret whatsoever. Hive as well, who's starting 6th on the grid, is also 6th in the championship. 54 points off the top of the championship, but only 16 off Wookiee, so he's got a fair bit to climb. Smith only 5 points off of Hive in 7th. Smith down in starting 9th on the grid, so he'll be wanting to keep the points roll going. As I said earlier on, Night Shadow can be good when it comes to race pace, very consistent, and tends to find himself higher up than he starts. He holds 8th in the championship. He's only 4 points off Smith, so that little battle in the championship will probably shrink or grow depending on how tonight goes. Stube not racing, he's 9th in the championship. And then we've got Sambal, who's also not racing as well. He's the last of the top 10 in the championship in Tier 3. He's 3 points off of Stuber. He's 77 points off the top. So yeah, 77 points separates the top 10 in the championship.
Yeah, I was going to talk about Gav, as you said. He's P11. He retired on I believe it was his second lap.
Yeah, he went at turn 12, which is probably one of the biggest places to crash out, because if I'm not mistaken, in 2023, when Vegas made its debut on the calendar, Lando Norris, through the bumpy section of 10 and 11, hit a bump, I think it was through turn 11, which unsettled the back of the car, which then sent him sideways into the barrier down the runoff of turn 12. And it's amazing how bumpy this track is, because we didn't really feel the bumps on last game compared to this game.
Definitely, yeah.
And I would say one of the bumpiest parts of the track is that 10-11 section heading down to turn 12. Just the bumps really unsettle the car as we're about to head on formation lap, and it'll be Flaherty to lead us off. Be interesting to see what the drivers have thought strategy-wise.
Well, we've got everybody mostly on medium tyres. Smith has gone for hard tyres. We've got the reserve drivers who've all gone for soft tyres.
All had the same idea with the higher tier reserves at the back.
Yep.
Short stint, get the first stop out of the way because they have to make 3. Or the only thing is, if we have any of the dreaded extra car that some of us don't like to say, if they pit under it, it will not be classified to that tally of 3 stops.
Exactly. Yep. So, I mean, they don't really care anyway about where they finish. This is just practice for them.
They're just here to fill a seat.
Exactly, especially for guys like Airways, Armagh, Baby Hornet, Laupi and Saver. They're all going to be running in Xtreme, I believe, later on. So this is good practice for them to get in the groove.
Quite a quick formation lap by Flattery at the moment, because he's already heading down towards turn 13. It's been quite a quick formation lap, which is no surprise, especially with how cold Vegas is, because it's a night race. The track temperature tends to be quite low, and getting heat in the tyres is very critical, especially with very little few braking zones and very little flat out straights and that. You'll get the heat in the tyres, but then especially on that long run from 12 to 14, the tyres start to cool down because it's just flat out in a straight line. Yes, you can put a bit of temperature through 13, but as soon as you're through 13, the temperature of the tyres start to drop again.
Exactly. It's not just something that happens on this track. It happens on all tracks on this game. You need to drive fast to have temperature in your tyres, which makes sense. So I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah.
It's sometimes you have to drive fast and over the limits to have any kind of temperature in your tyres. Anyway, we're going to go on board with Hiver Clips here as we go. 5 red lights are out. Good start for Hiver Clips on board. Sticks to the inside of
a bit of contact towards the back. I think that was Smith clipping the back of Mohammed heading towards turn 1. So we had a bit of contact, but I don't think there's any damage on the Ferrari or the rear of the Sauber. So it was just a small
Riz is going for a move
nick
on the inside of Jackster. Jackster got sandwiched there by both drivers, as he's got a bit of contact with Naked Champ, and they've both got into trouble there. It's such a tough... That's one of the corners I hate the most on this track, because there's very little visibility. It's very, very tight in the section where you're coming at maybe 320 kilometers per hour, so around the 200 miles per hour mark, and it just feels like everybody wants to go through that corner and there isn't much space to go through it. Anyway, at the front we've got a bit of a gap between P2 and P3 at the moment. Flaherty's stuck with Wookie on this race start. Hiver Clips and Triz are fighting for P3 at the moment, but Triz has got the slip from Hiver Clips, but he decides to stay behind for now, as Hiver Clips has closed the gap a little bit to Flaherty. He's benefiting a little bit from the toe at the moment. It's Connor who will be a bit under pressure from the guys behind.
Yellow flag, that's Smith. He's had a moment at 15 and 16. We have Bergen, who's one of the higher tier drivers, and Lorpe and Sabia. They've all had the same idea. Pit lap 1, get one of the stops done and out the way as early as possible.
Yep. Yeah, and as well, that way you stay out of the tier fights as well. I like that. Okay, Sabi has done well considering his qualifying position. I think he started down in P12.
Yeah,
And he's made his way up to P7.
I don't think he set a timing, so I think he ended up retiring.
Of course, you're right. Yes,
I think he was another one at turn 12 as well during qualifying, because we're saying how tricky that particular corner is, because you have to be up against the wall to try and straight line your car as much as possible.
I'm going to stop you here because we are getting to the DRS zone from the strip here, and it's our first overtaking opportunity, so we're probably going to get a change of lead as Flatty goes ahead of Wookie at the end of the strip. So he's going to start lap 3 in the lead of this race.
Oh, Scottish Ninja's had a moment and lost an end plate, and he must have hit Hive on the way through as well, so must have been a tiny little nick, because Hive's still carrying on, but Ninja's plummeted down to 14th. He's also got a 10-second penalty for it as well.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate for him. Losing plenty of time, probably got damage as well. Flaherty tried his best to pull away from Wookie. He got about an 8/10 gap to him and didn't manage to pull away more than that. Scottish Ninja has retired from the session, lap 3 of the race, so end of lap 2. But Wookie's got damage on his front wing. Oh,
I was
okay,
just
what's
watching
happened?
further back, and Baby Hornet missed his braking zone by a fraction and did very well to avoid 2 cars going down the runoff, so he didn't hit anyone. It was very good car control, weaving through 2 cars to aim for the runoff.
The top 2 are still looking pretty strong here. They've got a 1.1 advantage over Hive Eclipse. But Wookie, as I was mentioning just before, he's got, at the very least, a front left end plate missing. So he probably will be pitting to repair once he gets into the pit window. As long as he stays behind Flaherty and stays in the DRS range, he shouldn't be losing too much time. But it will induce more wear to his front tyres, that's for sure. He stays behind Flaherty at the moment. Conserves the gap to Hive Eclipse very importantly as well, but Hive is under pressure from Triz. Triz won't be going for a move right now, he's too far away. But starting lap 4 now, he could get an opportunity going into turn 4. He's only 3/10 away, so let's see what he can do here.
Oh, Sabi's round at turn 2, and I think we missed it, but Jackster I think had a moment. He's in the pits. He had a moment at turn. Yeah, he's got a new front wing going on that Mercedes. Jackster had a moment at turn 14, 15.
Oh, so there's a massive crash in turn 4 here. We're going to get a safety car. This is going to help Jackster get back into this race. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Jackster potentially pit again, because he can go to the end on the hard tyres, but if there's another safety car, let's say in 5 laps time, he won't have very fresh hard tyres. So if I were in his shoes, I would be pitting for another set of medium tyres probably, or go back to the old set of mediums, so I'd have to pit twice. But yeah, if there are no safety cars, he could go to the end here and do very well. But now questions are being asked to the leaders, because they don't know if the guys behind them are going to be pitting. Okay, that this could be a bit of a roll of the dice here in the capital city of gambling. Do you pit or do you not pit? Deal or no deal? As
Black
they
or
go
red.
on,
Odd or even.
yeah, exactly. Connor's deciding to pit, I think. Well, yeah, well, either you're in the pit lane or you're not. Make your pick before you get into the pit lane.
We had a bit of a Carlos Sainz moment.
Yeah, a bit, yeah. We do have a few guys in the pits. It's Naked Champ leading the way in the pits with Smith and Sabby, so they're going to be double stacking. Oh no, Smith is not going to the pits. Okay, I thought he was going in. But Sabby is going to the pits. Not surprising here. He's got to try something different to try and gain positions on everybody else. So we've got Naked Champ on fresh hards, Jackster on fresh hards, Sabby on fresh hards. And everybody else at the front will be on worn tyres, let's say, but they crucially will be having to pit sometime till the end of the session. Okay, we've got to this point now with this extra car that you were talking about earlier on. What do you think of this track?
Just before I go into that, while the race is stabilised, going to mention some big movers and big winners. Obviously, biggest loser at the moment, Jackster, down 12 places from where he started. The biggest winner is a higher tier driver in Armagh in 8th place. He's up 7. Few big movers, but obviously from the higher tier drivers are at the back. We've got Airways up 6, Baby Hornet up 6, Lorpian Saviour up 5. The biggest mover out of tier 3 is Mohammed up 4 places, followed by Connor, who's up 3. Triz and Hive with a gain of +1. And obviously with some of the we're seeing.
Connor, I don't know, there was a bit of a misunderstanding between Mohammed and Airways, I think. I'm not sure, but I just caught it at the end of that part. But yeah, they've benefited from the troubles that have happened ahead of them. Night Shadow retired, Scottish Ninja retired. There was that moment between who was it? It was Jackster and Naked Champ. I don't know what you think about that, but I think it's very unfortunate. Jackster got attacked on both. He got attacked on both sides by Hive and Triz, I think it was. I can't remember. And yeah, he didn't have much place to go and lost a bit of speed. And when you lose speed, you lose downforce. Naked Champ got stuck. I don't think there's anything that he could do. It was from one look at live speed, it looks like just a messy situation on a messy track. Even though I like it, but
just going back, because you asked me what I thought about this track. It's easily one of my most hated tracks. Mostly because it's a street circuit, and I absolutely despise street circuits. But the thing that makes me don't like Vegas mostly is the lack of grip at this particular circuit, and it's such a low drag circuit because of the amount of straights you've got and flat out sections, that the corners that we do have, they're very, very tight and very, very narrow, that it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work with the low drag setup that the track's needed, because you have to utilise the straights because of how much they are compared to the corners, as the safety car will be going in, so Flattery will be taking control. Although the safety car, it's come up, but we've got that glitch again because the safety car hasn't gone in, so they've got to catch up to the pack again with that glitch we had on the last game where the safety car
Fatty's gone and Wookie's going to the inside. There's a bit of space, he's staying on the inside and he's gone for the move, but we lost a bit of traction there, which opens the door to Hive Eclipse. And
problem is, safety car still out on track.
That's what it is, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were saying that Sorry, I misunderstood you there.
It did say it had come in, but the safety car had decided it's
Okay,
It's the
yeah,
same
sorry.
glitch we had on the last game.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about something else. I thought you were talking about the throttle glitch. That it was
No,
going in, but not... Yeah. Oh, this isn't... Oh... I would have been vacant there had had that happened to me on track. I wouldn't have understood. I think I would have been so focused trying to get the.
Had a glitch like on the last game because it'll be a late call for the safety car, but because it's so late for some reason, it just doesn't register that the safety car is going to go in. So the safety car goes round for another lap, which has caught most of the drivers out because obviously Flattery would have got ready for the restart. He backed off.
Yeah.
And they've gone round turns 3 and out of 4, and then the safety car is still on track heading down towards 5. So he's going to have to do the restart all over again. So hopefully the safety car will go in this lap. Should be.
What makes it much weirder though is that everybody was bunched up behind the safety car, so it's not like it was a late call. That used to happen in the old game because it was a late call, but here everybody was there for most of the lap, and I don't know why Flatty has been so far behind the safety car during the whole lap. I'm worried that might make a few more glitches. I don't know if the safety car's coming in this lap or not. Have you had any information about that?
We had the notification.
It looks like it's going in.
We had the notification a lap early, but we had that glitch where the safety car decided to stay out. But it has gone in this time, so we will be going green onto lap 8.
Wookie got levelled to Flatty on that one. That was a bit strange. This time around, they're going for the... Whoa! Wookie's still going for that inside line with his front wing damage. He's attacking again as Flatty runs wide.
Ooh, not got enough heat in the tyres at this stage.
Is Wookie going to go for it?
Plus the mediums tend to start dropping away about now. They don't feel very nice round. Well, I didn't really like them after about 10 laps. Keeping it tight through 6.
Yeah, he's trying to make himself seen and noticed there, trying to show, okay, I'm going to be going around different parts of the track, trying to find a way through. Xavier takes a 3-second time penalty, same as Triz and Smith currently. Flatty's got a healthy enough lead at this stage, considering the straight lines there have been. He's got a 9/10 gap over
Smith's
Wookie.
at the moment, he's bouncing over the curb at turn 12.
Right. And Wookie's being overtaken by Hive.
Yeah,
so
Hive
this front wing damage
have a look.
This front wing damage is finally taking its toll on him. As Hive is wiggling around, but he's got front wing damage as well. This is dreamland for Flatty right now. No Avinash, Wookie with damage, Hive with damage. This is the perfect opportunity for him to pull away, open that 1 second gap.
As well down in P11, so... Oh, as Triz is having a look on the outside of... Oh, there's contact though. Oh, that's getting tight. Triz trying to go around the outside of both of them. It'll be the inside though.
This is so close. Oh, contact again.
Very little room given by both, or all 3 of them, but they managed to make it through unscathed somehow.
So that gap has finally opened to over a second, so Flatty can basically pick his own strategy, whether a safety car happens or not from this point on. A 1.6 second gap. This is very healthy for him. But I tell you who else will be enjoying this right now. Although he's under pressure from a kick Sauber, it's Connor. The guys ahead, some of them have got front wing damage. If they fight too much, he will be able to not only catch them, but overtake them as well when they pit for front wing damage, and that's without counting if more front wing damage happens.
Somebody else who's sitting pretty at the moment is Knackered Champion P7. He's obviously pitting under the safety car. He's on the hard tyres, so he's looking very good at this moment in the race. because everyone in front of him has still got a pit, so he's looking comfortable at the moment. Struggling to get past the Sauber though. He's putting a lot of pressure on Mohammed on the fresher hard tyres.
Looks like he might be going for it into turn 1 here. Yeah, he's going for it on the final corner, positioning himself on the inside.
17.
Yep. And he completes the move. No, he doesn't yet. There's a bit of contact in the braking zone. Yep.
Both made it through, so that's Nakachamp up to P6. Next target will be Connor.
And he's got DRS over him, so I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for the move at this point again, going for the inside line into turn 4 and completes the move very nicely. Oh no, okay, Connor's not giving up. But,
there's contact between them. That's Connor in the wall as well.
For the second time in this race, Nakachamp has a bit of a problem at the exit of turn 4. This time he was the car on the inside, not on the outside, and received some front wing damage. So, Hive has fallen just over a second away from Wookie, but he's caught up as I spoke. So he should be getting DRS on this lap, but Wookie's fallen back another second to Flaherty since we spoke about it. It's a 2.3 second gap as it stands, and it's only going to get bigger at this point. All three of them, they're in this mini DRS train, which they'll be hoping lasts for another few laps, because most of them are going to be pitting, are going to be losing time with the front wing changes, and they don't want to fall in that train, which is 5 seconds behind at this stage. So they want to go for another 2 or 3 laps, pull another second out of the guys behind them, let them fight, work together, and avoid this traffic.
Yeah, whilst you were talking with DRS, Jackson made it past Smith down to through 14, and now is on the back of Mohammed. So Jackster, despite what happened early in the race, has all Connors retired in the pits.
Yeah, which means that Jackster can still go for the move at the end of turn 4 here.
He safely backs out of it.
Mohammed had a bit of a moment there on the entry that will have cost both of them time. He falls 6 seconds behind the group ahead, which has kind of broken down. We've got Smith going pretty wide as well through this.
It's very bunched up in this
section.
mid-pack with Mohammed, Jacksterberg and Baby Hornet, Smith, Nakachamp and Airways and Armour. It's very, very bunched up, so
hasn't it?
Any accidents can happen, especially with a track layout like this with the tight corners.
I've
but
just
at
gone
least
back
the
to
straights, at least the straights, especially the one through 13 all the way down to 14, it's that wide that it's very safe to get past drivers as Jackson moves up to P5. So it'd be interesting to see what he can do now. He's in clean air.
Wow, this is so crowded.
Oh, there's a bit of carbon fibre. I think Mohammed had a moment and caught Bergen because it was a piece of Haas.
Mind your language.
No, I wasn't going to swear. I'm something. Word on the tip of my tongue. Front wing side plate.
No, it's just that you said.
There you go.
Piece of Haas. So
a piece of Haas. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jackster's pulled away by over a second to the guys behind him, and you were mentioning it earlier on. He's finding himself in this race. He's finding his way back to the front, but crucially, he doesn't have to pit. He's only 6.3 seconds behind Triz, about 11 seconds behind Flaherty. He can still go to the end. Okay, it's not big enough. It's not small enough a gap as it stands to probably go for the win at the end, but he doesn't have a penalty yet. Triz has got a penalty. Flaherty, we don't know what the warning situation is just yet. We'll know more about it if penalties come out. But he's going to be, he's being under pressure now from Baby Hornet. I don't know how Baby Hornet did that. He caught up very quickly to Jackster. It looks like he's going to be going for the overtake. This isn't necessarily a bad thing for Jackster.
Sensible though, with Baby Hornet being a higher tier driver, he won't defend it too hard. He'll let Baby Hornet just do his own race with having to still do 2 more stops.
Yep, and use the toe to
as race leaders in, and so is Prix.
Yep. Okay, fair enough. So lap 12. This is about the right time. Lap 12. Because we had a few laps on the safety car. Was it maybe 3 or something? So it extends the first stint a little bit, and it should help them have a very quick final stint on the hard tyres. And crucially, I think that they're not in traffic. Flaherty could catch a bit of traffic towards the end of this lap because he's only 2 seconds behind.
And Prix, because of his penalty, I think he was carrying as well. He's down in 14th, and he's right on the back of Airway, so he's stuck in it. So we've got a moment at turn 5.
Sabi.
Another safety car, Sabi.
Oh. So as we mentioned earlier on, Jackster wouldn't have wanted this second safety car because he's used his set of hard tyres. What he probably should do now is go back to the pits because he's got 9 laps on these hard tyres. They will go to the end, but that means that he's got 9 extra laps of wear compared to Flaherty and Wookie. If he goes for the pits now, he'll not only have a much cheaper pit stop, so he won't lose as much time as they did, but also he'll have the advantage on the restart, and crucially on the restart, if you've got the grip, can get past these guys, pull away by a second. Well. Yep, I'm not surprised by that. He's probably being engineered right now by Bergen, Barber. Maybe Chris even. I don't know what Chris is doing tonight, but I think he's very well informed of the strategy as it stands. So fresh medium tyres
as well. Smith's coming in.
Yep, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Naked Champ in as well. No, he's already gone into pits, Naked Champ. So this as well brings Naked Champ back into contention for this race.
Jackster comes out.
That was very close by Simon. Very close to the safety car and the wall, and I would say that the safety car is even more indestructible than a wall, so he would have been pretty much cooked there had there been any contact with the safety car.
You only have to tap the safety car on this game, and your car just disintegrates like it's made of like a thin piece of plastic or whatever. You can just snap.
Exactly.
So another breather then.
So we've got a big mix of strategies as it stands. I've got the tyre screen up, and we've got Baby Hornet, Bergen, Armar Red. They're higher tier drivers. I'd just add, if I were them, I'd probably be pitting this lap, so I'm not interfering with the battle that's going on behind. But we've got Flaherty, Wookie, Hyver clips on fresh tyres, and a few places down, it's Jackster on medium tyres, so there are many higher tier drivers here, kind of polluting what the real fight is in the championship. But Flaherty's still looking very strong here. He's in the lead, he's got fresh tyres, which will go to the end very, very easily. We were talking about Avinash not being here tonight. Jackster's a bit further down the order. The same goes for Naked Champ. This is the opportunity for Flaherty to show, okay, I'm going to have a massive gap going into Qatar next year, and try and impose his own law on this tier. And very quickly, I'd like to mention Flaherty in Tier 2. He drove in Tier 2 Las Vegas, and I think he got on the podium. I can't remember where he got.
Yeah, he finished in the... I think he finished second.
I think so, yeah. So finishing second...
Yeah, so...
Second in Tier 2 isn't easy at all. So that probably shows how much pace he's got.
He wasn't really that far off the win either. Rassam pipped him to the win on Monday to that one, but yeah, he showed great promise for season 16, because at the moment, the way things going, we could be seeing him amongst the tier 2 guys, including myself, full time next season for season 16. It won't be and the only problem is he's already showed his hand. He's already showed tier 2 what he can do. He showed his hand early.
Exactly.
And we're going to be ready for him for next season. So definitely want to keep an eye out for season 16 in tier 2.
That's for sure. Even if he doesn't end up winning the championship, he'll be in contention for going up, for being promoted. Right. I don't know how long this is taking for.
We've got
I'm not supposed to say these things on stream.
12.
I'm not supposed to say these things on stream, but I'll still say it. When you're the last car, you're supposed to catch up as quickly as you can, you know. This is not right at all, in my opinion. So I'll probably be in trouble at the end of this, but we've got to stop drivers not catching up the safety car, because we're here to race, not wait under a safety car. Rant over. So we've got another lap.
To Sabi is climbed a bit.
He's not pushing. He's not pushing.
I'm just going to have a look at the Ferrari.
Well, have a look and you'll see.
There's no damage on the Ferrari.
No, but he's not pushing. He's not even going to the pits. He's just wandering around, which isn't right. You're stopping everybody else from racing. Anyway,
Delta's
as we
coming
said,
down again.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Hopefully we don't.
Now he's caught up.
We don't get that glitch again where it says the safety car comes in but goes round for an extra lap. Hopefully we don't get that, because that caused great confusion amongst most of the drivers, because we had near enough a car park halfway down the straight towards turn 5, because everyone's come round the corner, seen the bright red safety car, and thought, you're not meant to be there.
No, that's exactly it. I mean, I was caught out by it. I was really focusing on the guys at the restart. You were completely on the ball there.
I seen the notification come up at the top of the screen, and I was looking down at the track map in the bottom
it's not
right,
going
and
in.
I could see the yellow, and I thought, this glitch looks familiar.
Or Bernd Mailander is speeding in the pit lane, and we'll get a penalty for it.
He's probably getting paid by how many laps he's got to be out there for as well. So he's trying to get a cheeky little cheeky bonus, extra lap in to get. Yeah,
it's Christmas soon, so he needs to get a bit of dosh there. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right, so let's keep an eye on that safety car, because it's just said it's coming in.
Oh dear.
Maybe Hornet will take control.
Lap 16, going on to 17, we will have 9 racing laps, hopefully, going to the end. So
it will be going in there, because it was very late last time, and this one's way before turn 14, so we should easily get green flag racing onto 17.
Yeah, the safety car has slowed down, so it's going into the pits, so we won't be having any issues. But what a restart by Baby Hornet, that's filthy. I mean, he's a high-rated driver, but still, that was amazing. As both Bergen and Narma go into the pits, that's good.
Well, the safety car
Wookie's going for the move on the inside, but he doesn't have any room left, so he has a bit of a moment on the exit. But now Flaherty with slightly fresher tyres, and of course a non-damaged wing, is going to have the advantage in the middle sector, and for the rest of the lap to try and pull that gap up over a second. Baby Hornet has absolutely blown away what's happening. He's already got a 2-second gap.
On the medium tyres that he pitted on, he's got 2 higher tier drivers in front of him, so he's kind of stuck at the
The
very
thing is-
moment. He's not able to use those medium tyres to full effect at this point.
The thing is, the guy's ahead of him, and the guy is right in front of him is Saviour. He's not exactly slow, you know. I don't think he's going to be slowed down by Saviour. I think he's going to be helped, if anything, by Saviour.
It's all right, I mean Saviour, but you got the likes of Saviour and Lorpy who are going to be having a little scrap themselves just to have a bit of fun. Which
I don't think so. I think it'll be all right. I know what you mean, but I think it's going to be all right. By the time Jackster gets there, they're not going to.
Yeah, but Jackster's a sensible driver. He knows not to get involved with the higher tier drivers, and although he does have a little problem of having the Inhaling habit, he just doesn't like turning that off.
Yeah, and
Does
he
not
kind
like
of forgets
turning that off.
that left pedal exists, you know. He only knows the right pedal. Okay, so Wookie has stayed with Flaherty on this lap, so he does get DRS. Although
I'm
he's
staying
got,
with as well.
Yeah. So although they've got front wing damage, they're staying with Flaherty. Can they stick within this middle sector? This is where the damage really talks. He goes a little wide, but still has a very good line into the second corner.
Jack's cleared the higher tier driver, so he's in clean air now. He's 1.8 seconds off of these three.
Okay, so I think you've heard it now, Jackster. This is the time to show you're on fire. This is the time to show in the Haaland.
Show us your best George Russell impression.
Exactly, that's what we want here. We want to see that. Right, so Wookie getting close to the back of Flaherty with his DRS wide open. He's probably not going for the move right now. He is. He's going to the inside, and he gets ahead, so safely makes it. But now this is again. Is he going to be able to pull away? Because that front wing damage is not going to help him. But he's got an 8/10 gap going towards 9/10 as he's going to inherit the lead. Because Baby Hornet has gone to the pits and he's got a 10-second penalty, but who cares?
He's missed slowing down.
Who cares? I think even he doesn't care. He's just having fun right now. Flaherty's stuck with Wookie as Armand takes the fast slap on the 34.5 with Bergen obviously going even quicker on 33.1. That's a very good race lap time.
Soft tyres as well, recently put on, so plenty of life still in those softs for the time being. Won't be for much longer.
Jax is struggling to close that gap to the guys ahead because obviously he's got fresh medium tyres, which still should be quicker than the mediums for another 2 laps, I would say.
It's the toe that
exactly.
The top three are giving each other, and the toe is very strong.
Exactly.
Especially down the drag strip from 13 to 14. If you get under the rear wing of the car in front, even if you're about a couple tenths or so behind, the toe is very, very strong. Plus the combination of DRS as well, and you're taking, I don't know, probably 5-6 tenths out of a car down that straight.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely massive. That gap has opened up to 2.7 seconds, so basically every lap, even if you're quicker, you're fighting against the laws of physics, basically. So there's very little you can do unless you're immensely quick. One thing he can do right now is probably try and work with Airways because they're pretty much alone on track. Triz is 3 seconds behind, but if they can give each other DRS and close that gap to the guys in front, that will help Jackster, because currently he can't hope for anything more than P4, with tyre wear eventually coming into play as there's a bit of a moment between Triz and Laupi, with Mohamed Mamdo managing to get the overtake completed on Triz. It's so crowded around here as Champ goes through as well.
The
I think.
yellow
Whoa, that's a bit
flag,
of a
I
moment.
think that's at
Yeah.
6 and 7. Soon cleared up though. Yeah, Lorpy getting out the way of drivers.
So Flatty this time around is very close to Wookie again. 5.5 laps away from the end of this race. Takes the lead from a bruised Wookie.
Airways has gone ahead of Jackster, so what Jackster needs to do now is use Airways as long as he can before Airways has to pit again, because he has to make one more stop with being a higher tier driver.
Exactly, but the problem... Oh, we've got a bit of a fight into turn 1 again. Wookie trying to go around the outside of Flaherty and take the lead back from him. Sticks to the inside. He thinks, yeah, I don't really care about the DRS zones. I think I can make it around turn 1. He goes for it on the inside of turn 4. Gets ahead. Gets the move completed again. That's very impressive. This early in the lap, just after being overtaken. Very impressive. What you were talking about
with them scrapping as well, it'll bring the gap down a little bit more, but it's just that run from turn 12 all the way to 14 that Wookie, Flaherty and Hive can just open up that gap, because they're giving each other a tow. The two cars at the back of the train get DRS, so it's just one massive catapult that
I tell you what, Hive Eclipse is absolutely going for it right now. He wants to be the second car on the track, or the first one. Whoa, okay. He goes for it. He goes for the lead.
He took both of them. Not quite Sergio Perez-esque, but still 2 cars overtaken.
I mean, he doesn't have a double DRS, so... But it looks like Flatty's going to the inside again. He's going for it. Whoa, a little bit of contact.
Close.
To be fair, it's very easy to have contact around that corner. It's such an awkward one.
Yeah, it's very bumpy as well on that inside.
And I'm sorry, I missed something earlier on. I was saying that both Hive and Wookie have got damage, but I think Hive has repaired his front wing. So
yeah, there's no
Wookie's
damage
the only
on the
one,
hatch.
As we've got a virtual safety car.
We've got a virtual. We've got a Ferrari at turn at the 14, 15, 16. Smith had a moment.
Smith, our
actually, I think the safety car's on track because there's a yellow dot.
Okay, so
yes, we have a full safety car, not a virtual, because the safety car is going round 3 and 4. The yellow dots.
Okay, so this is money time. It's Chris Bailey time. Do you pit at the very end of the race? I would say that this top 4 has got to pit. Either for softs or for medium tyres.
The only problem is with that top contingent is Jackster. He's used both sets of his mediums.
But he's got softs left. Should have.
Yes,
and his mediums, I think they were only worn for 1 lap. I think he went to the pit straight away. So they're still basically fresh.
And I don't think the safety car will be out long because we're on lap 22. So
exactly.
We could even see the safety car in lap on 20. Would it be 23? Because it'll give you 2 racing laps.
Flatty's in, and Wookie's following. So Wookie, no, he's. Okay, yeah, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Race leader decided to go, and we'll have a little look. It's soft tyres going on that V-carb. But it's probably the wrong call because the safety car is only going to be out for like probably 1 lap, so it'll come in this lap and we'll be having 24, 25, so maybe staying out was the right decision with it being so late.
It could be. P9 for Flatty. 2 laps, effectively 2 laps. Doesn't seem good enough for him. It's going to be interesting though to see what Jackster can do, because Hive Eclipse, he was incredibly quick on that overtake. Like I could see how quick he was going to be. He was already catching up at the very beginning of the straight, and he absolutely flew by. So Hive Eclipse is still looking very good here for a race win. Wookie's got damage, so it's still looking good for Hive Eclipse.
The only problem is those hard tyres on Hive and Wookie will still be good for the rest of this. Jackster is bouncing on the end of the life of those medium tyres, because he's done 9 laps on those mediums, so they're coming to the very latter stages of their life. So can they hold on for these last 2 laps, whereas the hards on Hive and Wookie, they're only 11 laps old. They can easily have plenty of grip with these last 2 laps, so it's just about getting the temperature in, and the safety car will be coming in.
Yeah. This is not what Smith wanted to see.
We'll have 2 racing laps.
Yeah, this is not what Smith wanted to see. He's at the very, very back of the track here. So, very difficult for him to get close to the points, although the higher two drivers won't be scoring any points. Let's have a look at Wookie and what he sees behind him. This is going to be such an important restart. 2 laps, Abu Dhabi-esque. Get that 1 second gap.
Getting as much heat in them, and he's going to leave it as late as possible.
Whoa!
Oh, there's contact though. Whoa!
I tell you what, that looks a bit glitchy to me.
That did look glitchy.
That looks because he accelerated just. Yeah, I think that was glitchy. I'm not sure what happened there, but I don't think the drivers are at fault there. Right, so they've stuck together. Jackster's there. Jackster's also got a bit of a buffer there with Airways just behind him, protecting him from
we'll have DRS
Triz.
for the very last lap as well, because we get 1 lap instead of 2, so only. The last lap's going to be very, very key, especially with those top 3.
Now, I tell you what, Wookie's doing incredibly well, considering he's got that front wing damage and he's had it for most of the race. He's going around the corners okay. I mean, had I not seen that damage, I wouldn't have at any point thought, oh, he's dropping back in the corners here. No, he's doing okay with it. So he's doing really well in this race. Everybody looks okay in this section. Round 1 here on the strip. Does anybody go for a move? Or are they all playing their poker face here? Wookie wants to go through and does. So he gets track position, fair enough, but this will that will leave him potentially
a bit behind as well. Triz has got past Airways. Flaherty is currently P6 on those softs, but which will become P5 soon, because Airways will be diving into the pits.
Exactly.
To serve his last stop. And it's Bamzai last lap time with DRS as well.
Yep, last lap around Las Vegas. As we said, Wookie's got track position. He's chosen to get the lead. But he's going to be vulnerable to the guys behind him. We saw how quick Hive Eclipse was on the straight earlier on. And Wookie will not have DRS to protect himself. So this is the crucial moment in the race. From this right-hander to the final left-hander, can he get a big gap on Hive Eclipse? Hive Eclipse is staying very close to him, 4/10 gap, 5/10, 6/10. So it's increasing.
Jackster's
a lot.
lost the back end on the braking. He got very close to Hive there, so that's Jackster had a bit of a moment. Lost the back end under braking at turn 7. I think he was trying to avoid hitting the hash, so
yeah,
that's dropped Jackster down to P5, but he's still on the back of this group of 5.
Flatty's there. If these guys fight in the final section, he could very easily just sweep by after the final corner.
Hive's going
and they are fighting. Yeah. Actually, I'll go on board with Flaherty to see what's happening ahead. Triz is just behind him. This is Dreamland Flaherty. He wants them to fight, so he'll get a good exit here.
All contact going into turn 14.
Yeah.
Wookie holds it.
And there's contact in between them. Can Flaherty go for it? Flaherty's very quick. Flaherty's going for it. Does he have enough speed? He's on the inside, and Flaherty's going to win it. He's won it. Flaherty's won it. What the? Flaherty's won this race, everybody. Wow. What a finish. I mean, that That is one of my favourite racing moments. I've seen everything. I mean, whether it's sim racing, real life racing, this to me is light years ahead of. And through goes Hamilton. That was nothing compared to what Flatty's done.
We didn't really think of him because we had only 2 racing laps left, and we weren't sure if he was going to do it because he decided to take the softs, and we thought, hang on, I don't think that's the right call, but he kept his nose clean, he kept out of trouble. Yep. The other cars tripped over each other in front. He took the chances when he did, and then he just slipped through on the inside on the last corner to rob victory from Wookie and extend his lead in the championship.
Absolute dreamland for Flaherty. Absolutely incredible. I mean, as I was saying, this is one of my favourite racing moments, whether it's sim racing or real life racing. It's ahead of Through Goes Hamilton, and to me, this is so close to someone we know very well. This is Saviour Chris.
Oh yeah, the gap, the small delta finish. Yeah, it's very
nowhere near as close. Nowhere near as close, but the nature in which that race finish was, it was incredible. Okay, so I'm going to display the finishing positions as we have. Scottish Ninja, Night Shadow, and Connor our DNS for this one. And yeah, I mean, who cares about the race results? They're on screen. You've got our reactions. This was an incredible end to the race. Oh my goodness! I don't know how much is going to be going through. I don't know how much. Please. I don't know how much is going to be going through stewarding, but what a show these guys have given us, especially Flatty. That was incredible. Big congratulations as well to Wookie, because he managed to make this strategy work with half a front wing effectively. He did really well in that race. Had he won it, he'd have deserved it as well because of how well he had driven tonight, and trying to go for different moves. It was very, very entertaining from him and from most of the drivers on track today. A few questionable moments, but honestly, well done to everybody because it's Vegas and that was a really good race. What were you going to say, Bit?
I forgot now, but yeah, I kind of forgot.
Well, give me your driver of the day, and I think I already know who that's going to be. I mean, I think regardless of what happened in the race, you know,
I think on the finish alone,
exactly,
and the way he controlled the way he controlled everything throughout as well in the early stages, and just managing to not get involved with any of the tangling up with the cars in front.
Yeah.
It's hard to look past Flattery for it, yeah. Really. Yeah. It's very hard to look past it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking of him and Wookie because they basically both stayed out of trouble for that race. A few drivers got into trouble a few times. Yeah. Harvey Clips did a very good race as well. As I said, Wookie had damage.
Jackster with a very good fight back as well to get to where he was, especially with what happened early in the race. So
yeah, but he fell back down. So
yeah, which is unfortunate.
So he fell down twice, which to me doesn't really make for a driver of the day call.
It's not probably in there, but just the fight back is just a mention. Just to it's just unfortunate what happened on that last lap.
But anyway, you've got our driver of the day, everybody. Wookie drove great, but that moment from Flatty was immense. So thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed that end to the race, please leave a like, please subscribe, and tune in later on because we are bringing you some more Las Vegas Grand Prix for a final time this season and this year. It will be the Xtreme race, no assists, with Saviour, me, Chris, I think as well, even though I think he's checked up. Anyway, more racing to come in less than half an hour. See you later on, everybody.